Not long ago, deep in the Appalachian wilds, a group of drunken misfits joined forces to play Dungeons and Dragons. Inspired by boredom, equipped with loose morals, and a questionable understanding of the rules, our heroes venture forth to explore strange new lands. So gather up your dice, your manuals, and your livers, and join us for a quest to make absolute fools of ourselves.
This is Botched, a D&D podcast. Mwah! Mwah! Botched!
Previously in space.
Well, landed on Earth about 36 years ago. Went to the academy and decided to be a captain. Didn't work out. But now here I am on this ship in the middle of nowhere, broken down with a bunch of degens and space Furbies coming to eat us.
Welcome back, listeners, to the second episode of our 5th season. Thanks so much for tuning in again. We're going to start exactly where we left off last time, as a cloud of flesh-eating Furbies, otherwise known as the Freeb, is currently floating rather quickly towards the ship. You're currently under red alert, the shields are up, and
So wait, how are they propelling themselves through space?
they have rockets. They have rocket boosters. I said it. It's
Like,
canon.
what's their fuel capacity for those rockets?
Everything.
Limitless.
Okay.
It's fueled by their hatred of all things living, so it never runs out.
I guess I'll roll for weapons.
So yeah,
Targeting?
so the way ship combat is going to work is you get 3 things on your turn, I guess you could call it. You get a movement action, a defensive action, and an attack action. You don't have to do them necessarily all at the same time. Like, let's say you wanted to do a move, an attack, but you wanted to save your defensive action in case something happened after they go.
So we can hold action, you're saying?
You can hold any one of the 3 actions.
But
yeah.
not all 3?
Not all 3, no.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we can't play control decks here.
no. And yeah, so those of you who are in charge of the stations, and I gave them their instructions before this, so
No, we're a red-green ship, not a blue-black ship.
exactly. Yeah, you guys will be in charge of those functions, so you guys get to decide whatever it is you want to do. So we're going to roll initiative, so that'll be the con officer will roll, since he's piloting the ship, determines how fast it goes and whatnot.
Man, I hope your dex is high there, Maverick.
How about a critical 20?
All
Hey.
right.
Well, you can't crit initiative,
It's
so.
just a 20
Yeah.
plus deck.
I crit it.
But you get to go first.
Yes.
Don't mark it down.
I didn't mark it down.
Good.
So currently the cloud is about, and we're using units
Well,
instead
the
of some
cloud is
arbitrary
everywhere. It's up in the
Astronomical
sky.
units?
What cloud are we dealing with?
Freebs.
Okay.
The Ort Cloud.
They are currently 60 units out.
Then I can only move 45 units at a time.
The ship's not moving right now. Remember, the engines are
Oh,
shut
because we're
down.
going to explode.
You could turn on impulse power, and maybe it won't blow anything up. You could also ask the engineering department. Whichever.
You're Dr. Pyre, right? Okay.
Dr. Commander Pyre, Joran, hey, stoned guy.
Dr. Pyre,
Yeah, what's up, Cassie?
we need to... Cassie.
Cassie.
Cassie. Oh,
Yeah.
I like you.
Old Matt Cassie.
We're standing still right now. We need to get this moving before this cloud destroys our ship. You need to talk to your boys down in the engine room and figure this shit out.
All right, so I turn on my ottoman, and it makes an audible leathery squeak. And
Okay.
I connect with the engineering department. Hey,
Yes?
how I know it's been like a minute since we talked.
10.
Yeah, sure.
It's been 10 minutes, yes.
Well, it feels like a minute because while things
Why are
have
all
been
the lights going red?
happening down there have been things happening up here. And those things are that we're about to be attacked by a ravenous cloud of piranha-esque robot Furbs?
Freebs?
Yeah.
Is it the Freeb?
We got a
You
free
hear lots
cloud.
of screaming on the
Hey,
Calm.
guys, I'm gonna need each and every one of you to take one of the anti-anxiety pills. I have issued your entire department.
They're suppositories, sir.
I don't care how you take it. It works, however. I mean, other than osmosis, you have to ingest it or put it in your body somehow. I recommend the mouth, but whatever orifice you got, pop one of those, and I'm gonna need you to not freak out.
Okay.
Freeb out.
I'm gonna need you to get your Freeb on, and we're gonna kick some ass. All right, boys? And with a persuasion check of
Leadership, actually.
leadership. What is that?
It's the same.
It's still charisma, but it's like its own little special
17.
stat or skill.
A 17.
Okay. We'll try. What do you need from me?
All right, you just you talk to me. I'll talk to you. We'll get through this, and we're gonna live.
How are you doing? Are you doing good?
I'm keeping it together.
Good.
Really.
I'm doing my best.
That's all we can. That's all we can do. So what I'm gonna need to ask of you guys is if you could turn on our impulse engines without destroying us. Now, so Cassie, after we, what do you think that the Flef are gonna look like? We're just having a conversation.
Well, yeah, I would expect them to look like they sound. Very.
It clicks back on.
Oh yeah, hey.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Cassie. 1 second.
Doctor. Hey, Dr. Pyre. Well, there's still people in it. We could turn it on right now. It would probably work. Although I don't know if they fixed the issue yet. Probably not, because we said 2 hours. They'll definitely die.
Okay. Could they get out of the engine and then we could turn it on?
Or better yet, could they become some sort of Dr. Manhattan, but also stitched together pile of multi-brain corpse men?
Commander Todd?
Yes?
Not your department.
Just floating ideas in this time of
I like
crisis.
it. It's good. I'm keeping it in mind.
I would say two of the 3 staff could make it. Perkins is a little portly. He might get stuck.
Okay.
Yeah, well.
Get fat stains on the engine core.
Can you patch me into Perkins?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Hey, Perkins, what's your rank? Are you Ensign Perkins?
Officer Perkins.
Okay. Well, hey, Perkins. Would you? I'm gonna say something.
Okay.
You've done an amazing job.
I appreciate that.
You've really.
You're
you've
instilling a lot
upheld
of confidence in me.
all the values of the coalition.
Why is
of
everyone else
planets.
running away?
I need you. Listen, I'm gonna give you a little motivation. You're gonna have to kick it into like whatever gear is beyond what you're able to do, because if you don't get out of this room right now, you're gonna die.
Tell him there's sausage gravy in it for
He's
him.
not doing. He's holding it together. Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna try.
Just know that like you are gonna make this, and when you do, I'm
Roll me a leadership.
I'm gonna make you a cake.
Yeah, roll me a leadership.
18.
So many cakes.
Okay, roll me a d6.
Surely this cake will not be a lie.
A 5.
He's like one of the humans from
All right, so
WALL-E
that'll
right
give
now.
him a total of 14. So he's moving at an above-average pace,
For him.
but he may or may not make it.
Uh,
You can control from where you are currently the whole thing, so you could shut it off whenever, so you can wait till the last possible second, and he may or may not make it. Whatever, up to you. Or you can let the engineering guy do it.
Hey, I'm gonna take ownership of this. I am the
Okay,
commander here,
sure.
in charge of this department.
Yeah.
And hey, computer, could you just let me know, like, do I have to shut it before he gets out?
The computer just like blinks for a while as if it was tapping its finger. It's like, yes, you should probably close the engine compartment before you turn on the engine.
Well, yeah.
The ship will explode.
I mean, I'm not. I figured. So okay, yeah, engines are good, guys. It's just we probably can't move for right now.
Perkins comes back through the comm.
I think I sprained an ankle.
Well, just keep going. Can you roll there?
I'm stuck.
Captain.
My roll is stuck in the ladder. My fat roll
Your
is stuck
fat
in the
roll.
no, my cinnamon roll that I was keeping for later.
Well,
Pepperoni roll.
I know. Listen, we all have to make sacrifices. Leave your sweet roll there.
It's in the zipper too. I can't.
Cut it off.
I can't get out.
Do you want to lose the paunch or
Hold
do you want
on.
to lose your life?
Let me pull out my gun.
Set phaser to surgery.
Yeah. He's gonna fire this in
Set
the
to
engine
lipo.
area.
Hey, Perkins.
But hey, it's me or
Perkins.
everybody.
Perkins, how are you?
Me or everybody.
Perkins, hold on a second there, man. Hey, 1 second.
Captain, he raises a good point.
Sound.
I missed. Somehow I missed myself at point
Perkins, just
What's
one
that
second.
steam coming out of the engine?
Hold on. Before you continue firing wildly in what is possibly the most important part of our ship,
I am the most important part of
are you
the
trying to shoot your fat roll
I'm trying.
I'm trying.
free?
Yes.
Why don't you just take some of the grease from your face and use that? You obviously a greasy man. I'm looking at your
Profile picture.
your profile right
Your
now.
medical chart.
Your medical charts say your grease is it's 30% above
Like a
normal.
pepperoni.
You're an extra greasy man. So I use what you got. Just don't use the gun.
So he manages to. You hear this like all over his face, and then you hear it some more, but lower. It sounds.
I think I did it.
40 seconds.
As I'm sliding down the ladder.
Uh-huh.
Only another half mile to go.
Half mile?
No, just kidding. It's pretty far.
So I was gonna say, oh, hey computer, could you just
My mile time is
It's
25
not
minutes.
doing great. You can see like in the two, like you pulled up a little projection of the engine. He's nowhere near the exit. It's going to be real close.
So I got a question. Would his extra fat burn brighter in the engines and give us a little bit of a boost?
Oh boy.
I mean, he's not like in
Analysis,
He's probably
Captain.
like in the engine compartment, not the engine itself.
Yeah, he's not in the engine itself. Yeah,
Okay.
the heat and radiation will just cook him.
Say also, I don't think impulse engines run on fat.
No,
They could.
in this
This
universe,
man's fat. Yeah.
Only whale blubber, and we haven't space whale blubber, and we haven't found any of those.
So technically, he would just be, if he had an apple in his mouth, he would be just a nice Hawaiian pig roast that we could possibly eat.
Well,
later?
he'll be too burnt.
I feel like he'd be
Way
nothing.
too, and also irradiated and dust. I will let you one more time, Dr. Pyre. Try
Well-
and inspire him with leadership.
I will try and inspire him, but first, hey Perkins, 1 second. I'm gonna put you on
To
hold.
double move.
Hey Captain.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Captain.
Yes.
Let's say we lose Perkins.
I'm okay with it.
We go meet these Fleff, and we
Yeah.
just pick up a new
Hit the
officer.
button whenever. if you
20
want.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, patch in the Perkins. Hey, buddy.
Hey, guy.
How's it going?
I'm huffing it.
I'm gonna need you to move a little more huffily, and I leadership him with a 18.
Another D6.
All right, buddy. Hey, it was good knowing ya, even though I didn't know ya. 6.
So all of a sudden you see his marker like just zip because he's like,
Oh, the grease got it. I finally got that roll in there. You
just hear this.
He just
He's got
slides through.
rollerblades and he's just excelling his way.
Yeah.
Sliding into home base.
And then you hear this
I mean, he's got roll blades.
noise, and you see he's no longer in the engine block. Okay.
I hit the button.
Door closes.
Cassie,
He's not
put
dead.
down the thing. Let's go. Let's go.
He's
Come
not
on.
dead.
Hit the engines.
Nail it!
So you hit the on impulse, so not like full speed. You'll be at low speed.
Full
now,
impulse.
So you only go 20 units per movement turn instead of the normal. Was it 50 at the
0.
high speed?
Oh.
So or 0.
I rolled a 23.
Wait, can we
Well, no,
fight
they
in
turn
warp?
on. You know
No,
how
I
to turn.
know.
You don't have to roll for that, but
Okay.
so
So I'll hold that 23 until
turns on, engines come on, and you guys can't see it from the back, but all the colored lights of the engines just like slowly just, and the engine sort of just takes off, but also the little wings in the back almost look like they direct the energy a little bit. So yeah, so it's moving along. Currently, you're moving towards the cloud of Freeb.
What was that, Todd?
Could we use the energy cone from the engines to burn the Freeb? And also, Captain, permission to bathe in the blood of your enemies with these lasers?
Yes, fire away. So where would you like to move? Because you're doing your move action.
So, you know what? If we can move above them, but also kind of direct the...
So there's no above or below. It's like a flat plane.
I get
it's just
that.
a 3D area, but flat plane. Because I didn't want to try and make things way too convoluted and complicated.
So it's a cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they're in front of me, I
Yeah.
can either go under or above them, correct?
A little, not too much. You're not going like too far under them.
Well, no.
But yeah,
But
you
but
could.
I don't want to drive or fly right through them.
Sure. So yeah, you could go under them.
Where? I know it's an undulating cloud,
Uh-huh.
but is it undulating more towards the top of it, or is it undulating towards
It's pretty
the bottom?
equally. Yeah, it's literally just like almost. It's not a perfect circle. It's just undulating in all directions simultaneously. It doesn't appear like there's one leadership spot or anything.
So on the ship, where is the heavy guns? Is it top or bottom? Or
Oh,
both?
it's equal. Yeah.
I'll
The
go-
guns are currently equally divided between the 4 arms.
I'll go under it.
Okay.
I'll pilot below it.
Okay. With your amount of movement, you would get directly underneath where the cloud is if you drove at them.
Could I hold my action? No, I guess that doesn't really work, does it? I don't have any other option, really. Like we
You
gotta
could go away.
Yeah, but
we could leave.
where's the Fleftopian planet?
Well, you're not going to get there. It's not close because you dropped out of warp pretty quickly.
We're not going there on impulse, bro.
You do see in the nearby vicinity there is an asteroid belt to the right of you.
I'm going there. I know I can
The
make
odds
my
of
way through
surviving an
Okay.
asteroid belt in a ship of this size are approximately 3 beers to 1.
that. Todd, don't tell me the fucking odds. I got this.
Okay, so you start to. All right, so you
Yeah,
start making
so I'm
way.
gonna
Now you could
start
still
veering
fire
off.
weapons.
I can't.
Well, I mean, the ship could still fire weapons even if it's not straight on. So,
Yeah, I'm going that way.
all right, so your turn. All right, Todd, would you like to attack now or wait?
I will always attack.
Okay,
The best offense is a good offense.
sure.
What am I rolling here?
Dice.
An attack roll plus. So it'll be. We'll go with what stat is better for you, Dex or Strength?
Strength, of course. I set up my console so that I punch it.
Then yeah,
To kill.
roll Strength.
I punched the cloud really hard.
Sure.
And I'm assuming I'm proficient in punching.
So did you guys?
Sorry,
last
that
week,
sounds like a sex thing.
when we built
Punch the cloud? I'm gonna
Yeah.
tongue punch your cloud, bro.
when we built the ship.
That's right.
cloud hole.
My name is Todd.
When we built the ship last week, did you guys decide how many guns are on the ship?
Yeah, 100.
Not no.
100
We didn't have enough
million.
battery for it.
I don't think we did.
4 lasers and something
All right.
explosive.
Well, you don't know. The explosive's too big for what your ship is currently.
4 lasers.
So we'll go with four single shot lasers then. All right.
Yep,
So yeah, you could fire all 4 at once. So
I will.
All right.
I got a 26.
alrighty. It's D10. So it'll be 4D10.
40-10.
You are correct.
Yes. All right. So yeah. So roll your damage.
40-10.
Yes.
4.
40-10.
18 damage.
All right. So you.
Unless I add my strength to it.
Yes.
Your dex, right? Or strength?
No, I'm a
I
strength
said
console.
He's
All right,
he's
that's fine.
He's punching the console.
23 damage.
23 damage. Okay, so you into the cloud of Freebs, and you notice multiple explosions. So it seems like the shot itself actually took out numerous Freebs. It wasn't just like you hit one Freeb with one shot.
Well, these are ship-sized laser beams, so
Yeah,
lots
so-
of Freebs will die.
Yeah, Freeb is like a normal Furby sized. So
They
you
were,
said-
we were just taking some freebies.
Like when you take your sister's Furby and gut it in front of her
yeah,
and flush it down the toilet.
literally, if you want to know what it looks like, skin a Furby and then paint its eyes red and make its beak a little sharper. There's your Freeb.
Dennis,
Creepy.
none of us have ever done that.
Nope. I burned it off. What? So anyways,
I never owned a Furby.
so I assume you'll just hold your defensive action, or would you like to do that now too?
I'm gonna hold the defensive action.
Okay. The Freebs are going to move towards your ship. They are going to basically run into the shield.
Okay.
Since you're going at an angle, they're going to cut across.
I know
and
they're trying to cut us off, but do
Yeah.
I have an evasive maneuver action that I could...
that could be
take-
your defensive action if you want.
Is that what you guys want me to do?
I want you to cook them with the drive shaft plume.
Could
Could I e-brake slide and then turn the ship so that
We'll
the
call that
engines-
one of your impossible maneuvers,
Nothing's
which
impossible
are
to me.
possible.
I was
So
gonna say-
you can roll a piloting skill.
Arcturus, you could use the sensors to mess with their. I mean, you
Could they identify each other as flesh beings?
No, they're not flesh; they're mechanical. You're
but-
you're saying you can make him identify them as
Do like a backwards sensor pulse to try and mess with their telemetry.
Yeah,
so
their
they don't know where
targeting.
they're
Okay.
at.
So yeah,
Hack
so
the mainframe.
I
Yeah.
will let you roll that. You know what? We'll call that linguistics, since you're trying to mess with basically their communication. What'd you get? Did you botch?
What'd you get, John?
I got let me do math quick. 7.
Yeah, so you're messing around on your console. You can't seem to find the right screaming frequency to yeah, that, but screaming. Can't find quite the right one to mess with them. So they just come and they're going to hit the ship because that was the defensive action.
Oh,
I
did roll a 26 on my
Well,
impossible move.
So
Knew I should have learned how to read.
Impossible.
So let's see.
Ooh, brewery name called it Impossible.
Nothing's impossible.
So they're just bouncing
No.
off the shield. They're not doing any damage to the shield yet. They haven't really figured out how to deal with your shield so far. So, yeah. So they're just right next to your ship at the moment. Back around to your turn. You have your 3 actions. Move, attack, defense. There is no attack of opportunity in space, so you can fly away and not have to worry about that.
Fly, try and burn them, and shoot.
Todd is always ready to press the big red button.
Okay. You can make that. So, with part of your movement, if you're trying to explicitly burn them, you can not move and just
spin us,
boost the engine.
and then I'll have engineering boosts.
Impulse
Instead
control.
of like speed, we're just gonna have more effect.
Sure.
Like
Burn-
Yeah.
relax some of the safety.
Yeah, I'm gonna
precautions so that
put
it
it in
shoots
neutral.
more shit
Sure.
behind us.
You can do that.
Yeah, put
and
it in
then
neutral.
gun it.
All right. So, I'm not even going to say you even have to roll for that because it's not really a you thing. You're just moving the ship barely a little bit to.
Well, I mean,
to-
he's angling it.
You know what? Piloting.
Yeah.
To angle the engine correctly.
15.
Yeah, good enough. So the engine is directly right at the Freeb, and engineering is
I'm
gonna.
gonna go ahead and give him a call and be like, "Hey guys, it's me
Okay.
again.
Your bud?
Don't worry, this time you're not in mortal danger.
Okay.
Instead, can you
Alright.
just relax all the safety precautions on our rear impulse drive?
I mean, we currently have an engine problem that we didn't fix
Yeah.
Okay, well, not all safety precautions. Really, I just want you to turn up the heat and the radiation that's coming out of it.
All right, we'll try.
The cloud of Freebs is right behind us. I want you to melt them.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Okay, I believe in you.
Leadership.
He botched.
Your life depends upon it.
I botched. So
He can't take this kind of pressure.
let's see.
He
So
should have
the
had a
engine
margarita.
blows
with-
up.
Or have me roll it. Because I'm just talking to him.
I mean, I was having you roll the inspiration.
But I didn't roll the inspiration.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I
No,
didn't
not
roll
yet.
anything yet.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay. Well, I mean, he's still botched.
Okay, but that's you were skipping through. Doesn't count. All right, he botches.
Okay. So he botched. The engines instead, and they die.
Hey, quick question. What's your name?
My name is Roberts.
Yeah. What's your first name, Roberts?
John,
John Roberts. Got it.
did I do a good job?
I mute
If
him.
the Freebs do not eat your flesh, I will.
I mute him and I turn to the bridge crew and go, "Yeah, John Roberts, fired
Into
Out of the
space.
engine.
Out of a cannon.
He's.
Into
I'm gonna
space.
need him to go repair some airlocks here in a minute."
Can I haze him to
Is there
death?
any? Is that as the pilot? Is there any way to override the engine room?
Nothing's impossible.
Nothing's impossible. I'm gonna try to do
Roll
that.
for it.
For an impossible maneuver.
I rolled a 1. God damn it.
The ship
Oh,
explodes.
God.
You teleport the engine core into the bridge.
Nothing bad
Season is
happens.
over.
You just. It basically sounds like you're trying to shift gears in a manual like the wrong way. It's just grinding gears is kind of what it sounds like as you're just hitting buttons.
I like to think that
willy-nilly.
it's
Just,
it's a Han Solo moment where I hit the override.
no.
Fuck!
Like you just throw a bunch of cats into a garbage disposal. Like it's just not.
That's a pretty big garbage.
Well, yeah, I was
is.
about to say, like one at a time.
It's a
you
Carol
throw them and then they
Baskins.
hear it.
No, it's a pillowcase full
It's a
of
pillowcase
cats.
full of cats. It's a Carol Baskin's garbage disposal.
You need like some kind of baseball bat to push them all in.
Exactly. A human bat named John Roberts. Yeah. So nothing doing with the movement part. So you still have an attack and you still have a defensive action. So
Well, at least we get a job for John now.
Roberts.
Yeah, John
Get out
Roberts.
there
His
and
name is
defend
John
us.
Roberts.
Yeah, Ensign Roberts.
Todd, would you like to attack?
I would.
Okay.
Can I set the lasers to wide beam?
No,
Spray
you
shot.
don't. You don't have the scatter shot type. You just have single shots.
I punch with a 13.
Yeah, it's still gonna hit.
My punchy board.
They're not hard to hit.
Excellent.
It's just a big cloud of Furbies floating around in space.
I'm picturing like the anime, like all these shots going off in just big balls
Kind
of explosion.
Yeah. A little bit.
31 damage.
Wow, okay. So you
Those are high
fire off
rolls.
4 shots again. More and more Freeb are being destroyed.
And I take 4 shots as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good call.
Shot for shot.
And then, are you doing anything defensive-wise, or
Putting most of the energy in the back.
you could work? Repair is a defensive action,
Trying
Do
to
I have shields under my control?
not your control.
Well, the
We could-
shields are holding, as far as I know.
yeah, the shields are fine right now.
So try and repair the engines.
Repair the engines.
It'd
Repair
take
the
2
engines.
turns.
Yeah.
Wait, we had repair drones this whole time.
No,
And we sent in
No.
it's a
Porkins.
repair action.
No, we send in.
His
we,
name was
We
Perkins.
send
Perkins.
in yellow shirts.
Yeah, yellow shirts.
Yellow shirts to go repair it.
Yellow shirts.
Yellow
So
shirts.
in 2 turns it'll be fixed, but next turn
Enough
we
for
can,
Impulse to come back
We
on.
can take another defensive action as long as it's not to fix something.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, defensive action to fix.
Repair.
Hey,
Yeah.
everyone but Ensign Roberts.
Hey, why?
Yeah, what I ever
What'd
do?
I ever do?
Because I'm gonna
You're
be
being promoted.
promoting you later.
Garbage.
You just
Toxic sludge.
you meet me. You meet me. I'll tell you where to meet me later. Everyone but Officer
to
Ensign
waste
Roberts.
management.
He's being promoted to torpedo.
Yep.
The Freeb, some of them are still
Todd's
bouncing
pledge.
off the shield, but 2 of them are, 2 clusters are still going to hit the shield. So the back shield is going to take... Aft shield. It's
The
going
back aft shield.
to take...
Back to that aft up.
Use a fine mother ship.
It's going to take 14 damage. So the aft shield only has 6
Damage.
left.
Ooh,
So
that's not good.
I want to
one
spin
of your
around.
defensive actions can also be to rotate the shields.
Go
or
in reserve.
Charge
reverse.
shield, which is dragging in from one end to another, whatever. So yeah. So then it'll be back around to you guys.
Do the shields have a recharge rate?
No,
We have to act to recharge.
We have to
Yeah.
actively recharge them.
or just shift the power from one side of the shield to another one. So you could be like, oh, there's 20 in the front. All right, I move that to the back. So now the back has 20 and the front has 6.
I feel like the cloud will envelop us if we do that.
Maybe.
Our
Yeah.
engines don't work this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still have maneuvering engines?
No.
Not like thrusters, but
You
things
can
to
like
spin
the
them.
moves
you
the
can
ship.
turn slowly, yeah. So you can change direction a little bit.
That would be our
Be
movement.
something.
It could at least try and move some of our shields away.
I agree.
They move faster than you though, because they're rocket Furbies.
Yeah.
But
All right, well,
We got big guns.
we got Todd. Todd, do your thing.
all right, Todd, attack
Yes.
Todd.
That is what I was built for. I hit
All right.
because it is
Pew,
above
pew,
the
pew,
last
pew.
number. Fuck yeah. Oh, that's a 1. Never mind. The percentile dice screw me up.
Okay.
10 and 11 is 21 plus 5 is 26.
26. All right. So you fire off another few shots. Now, these are really, really close to the shield because the Freeb are basically on the shield.
So wait, they're exploding as they hit?
Kinda, yeah.
We
That's
Can
fine.
you not fire out of shields in space combat? I feel like Star Trek
High or low?
seems to.
No. We can fire outside of our shields. It's that
Yeah.
I think the Freeb are exploding.
Yeah.
The force of their explosion is hitting our shield.
Low.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the explosions are actually fairly powerful, and
Shit.
the back shield completely is gone. So it's at 0. And
Well, fuck.
the side shields take 7 damage each. So your sides are 13. Your front is 20, but your back is 0. So
So they're on. Are they completely encompassing the ship? Or
they're
are they?
they're 3/4 away around the ship.
Okay, so they're everywhere except the 4
Yeah.
shields.
Yep.
Are
for
they?
Defensive action, drop 4 shields to 0, add everything equally to our
The rest.
port, starboard, and aft shields.
And how's the cloud looking?
It's a lot
Segment.
smaller. Lot smaller. I would say it's probably a fifth
I'm
the
worried about
size
them
that it was
getting
when you
through the
first
shields.
Hold on.
encountered them.
Okay, I'm just worried about them getting through the shields. Like if we can keep
Can we
the
just like
shields
stabilize
up-
the shields equally everywhere? Because if they're 3/4 of the way around, they're probably going to get to the front next time. And if we take away the front shields, they're just going to all burrow in.
Unless you kill them on the next attack. I mean, you've been doing.
But our
above
engines will
20.
be back up next round.
All right.
And then
I think we
can
should just
go-
even it out everywhere and have shit shields. And if they break through, then our engines will be back and we can shoot again.
So we've got 0 in the back, 20 in the front,
13-13.
13.
Yep.
So split that
Split that 20.
evenly.
Five,
So
five,
put
five,
5
five.
everywhere.
Down the pipe.
do
5,
that.
5, 5.
Say 10 in the front, 10 in the back.
Yeah, I agree with that. 10 front, 10 back. What do you feel, Doctor?
Just leave.
Does that include the sides?
Our sides stay at 13.
Sides stay at 13.
Then they'd all be
that's
even.
good.
They were doing 6.
That's good.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's your defensive action to rotate the shields around and move the energy. Attack. No, you already did the attack. All right. So then it's the Freeb.
Oh, hey, this is the biggest kerfuffle I've ever been in.
Okay. So the Freeb have now figured out the best way to smash your shields.
Is it through the butt?
Well, yeah, obviously that's the best way to get into a body is through the butt.
Hoser.
All right.
Gozer.
So they actually
Gozer.
they actually take out the both side shields and the back shield. The only shield you have left is the front, and that's 10. Everything else is at 0.
Well,
but at least-
fuck.
How much did they take it out? Like if we had put the rest of the 10 in.
Nom, 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 nom.
Oh, they took them. So they basically dealt 15, split all sides. So a little bit more to the back. It was fairly close to the
We
sides.
could have held the sides, but
Yeah.
whatever.
They didn't really go the rest of the way to the front of the ship. So they're mostly just concentrating all around the sides and back. So you don't have any shields in the back. So if they attack again, they're definitely maybe burrowing into your ship. Maybe. So
Maybe.
your turn.
So, Mr. Commander Doctor, do you think we have engines yet? What's
Let me,
going on
Let me
here?
look at my readout real quick.
Because,
Hey, what are our what's engines looking like?
The engines are looking like it's time to take a break. Hello, listeners. This is Dennis, the world's most okayest DM, here to talk to you about a number of things, really. First off, we've still got the old patreon.com/botched podcast. So I know times are tight and everything sucks, but if you feel like throwing some money around, Botched is here to gladly accept any and all money you throw at us, because we are whores. All of us. And we are proud of it. So patreon.com/botched podcast. We still have all of our levels from $1 to $50 as well. But the thing I really wanted to talk about was twitch.tv/botched podcast. Season 5 of Botched is live right now on twitch.tv/botched podcast. If you want to experience the season as it's happening right now, every Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do 2 episodes at a time, and you can get a little bit of a behind the scenes, and you can, chat with us as well. So twitch.tv/botched podcast. See everybody there. Bye. Yeah, we're back. All right. So it looks like the engines are operable enough to turn on to have impulse speed, so low speed. They do not, there's a little note, side note, please don't try and boost the engine to burn stuff again. Just use it for movement. I don't want it to blow up.
Yeah, but-
Signed, John Roberts.
That guy don't know dick.
He does not have engineering.
I open that chat bubble, and then I go to the settings, and I mute notifications, and then I close it. And then I just turn and I go, hey, Cassie, you
Punching it.
fucking punch it, dude.
Punching it.
Punch it,
So are
Cassie.
you trying to brrr out the back again?
Well, I want to not be in the middle of...
We need
I mean, you
speed,
could just
not
move.
flame, baby. Let's
Yeah.
go.
You could just move the units.
Yeah, but would that be...
Move your unit.
20 units, they'd be able to attack you again. Because they can just move up again.
Yeah, but if I...
and there's no way to put any more energy into the shields.
Unless you spend the action to charge shields, which takes, again... they would be charged the start of your next turn. In one session.
and by what point they'd already be through.
Can
because
we
have
put
shields.
more energy into the engines? Not to lower any safety precautions to do more damage behind us, but just to increase thrust, like a double move.
So if you drain the last remaining energy from your shields, which isn't much, it would basically it would take your move from like a 20 to a 25.
And is that extra
Not enough.
5?
It's not enough.
Not worth it.
That's not worth it.
If you also
Shields-
drain other systems, like life support,
No.
weapons.
No.
Then you could boost enough to maybe get like 80, which they wouldn't be able to get to, but would cause other problems because the batteries might go poof.
Open up
Keep-
life support systems, please.
keep
Turn off all lights and all temperature control for the next 10 minutes.
Just like keep the guns, but we can do
Severing oxygen supplies.
we can do a couple of minutes without the life support.
I can go the entire season without life support,
Yeah. If you just cut power from the life support, then you'll get 40.
which would be enough.
Is that
It'll
gonna be
be
enough?
right around their attack range.
Cut everything and run.
No.
We can keep shooting.
The problem is, well, no.
We
no,
can get
no.
fucked too.
Could
If
get-
we
does-
if we cut guns and not life support, then how far can we get?
You will never take
60.
my guns.
60.
60, which is out of their attack range.
If we cut the guns and
Permission-
just keep running,
Permission to cut life support and weapons
Granted.
and shields into engines, and then cut engines all into weapons and life support. Weapons and just weapons.
and shields.
So if you cut all the power to do the move,
Mhm.
you then won't be able to then put the power back into attack in the same turn. You could next turn. So I guess you're saying I want to boost away to then turn around and pew pew.
Yeah.
So yeah, because
Okay.
if we can put everything into the engines, get far enough away where they can't attack us next turn, then we get everything, all the systems put back up in operation by the time they get
Do like an
close to
e-brake
us.
drift
Sure.
turn.
Okay,
Yeah, that'll give us time to turn and burn and face them.
sure. All right, so you're going to put everything into the engines. So now I'm going to roll to see if the batteries can handle it.
They can.
Yeah, they're pretty okay. Your systems like lighten up a bit. And they're like, eh. Now your engines are not doing great. A lot of warning lights are going off, but
It's fine.
you are moving. And I'm going to say,
That looks like a job for John Roberts.
so you cut everything, right?
Yeah.
Cut everything to get away. All right, so you go,
Except
but nothing
console
left.
control.
except console control, 90. You get 90 away, at which point the engines go,
That's fine.
and everything
As
dies.
long as we break this cloud. And
Everything dies. Nothing came back on when you got there. As in, the batteries, something bad happened. So
John Roberts' fault.
you have at least a turn or two to figure out, how to fix that before
How
the
to
Freeb
turn-
catch up.
Well, I thought you said everything dies, so the Freeb died as well, right? That's what you said.
Everything on your ship.
Yeah, that's what he said. Everything dies.
'Cause also
Everything
the
on
life
the ship and
support's
around
off.
it.
So,
Well, that's fine.
I feel if we sacrifice John Roberts, the power will come back on.
we turned off everything but console control.
yeah.
So we don't have communication.
No, you don't.
So I'm going to go to the transporter lift and start making it work to go down to the engine room.
How close to the bridge are the escape pods?
They are.
Double movement close?
Did you say
No,
escape pods?
they're at least a few turns of movement. The escape pods are
I'm going.
pretty far.
That's a good unit of measurement. You fuck.
Pretty
Yeah,
far.
pretty far.
I mean, if you
if-
look at your ship here,
We can also
You're
detach.
here,
We can detach the head.
and they're down here.
and they're facing the aft,
Asked.
the port and
By the way-
starboard sides.
The captain says, "Why don't we just beam energy from Starbase?
Where have you been?
Where have
We're in
you been
charge.
this whole time,
This whole
Captain?
episode.
I've been
Captain.
letting you guys run things.
You're the captain.
It's the worst captain ever.
Should I?
Initiate
Nanny.
distress beacon?
We could
No,
have done
we
that, but
got
all
this.
communications are down.
I
so-
believe in
No,
us.
I, the captain, telling you to initiate the
We don't
distress
have
beacon.
comms
we
right
don't
now.
have comms.
You're in the
yeah.
same room as me.
But we don't. No.
Oh, are you gonna send
we
the?
don't have comms.
No. So it's a special button on the bridge that will basically like activate a beacon that runs on its own little. It's not a lot of power that's needed to just let base know
So-
something bad's happening.
So
Oh,
we turn
oh,
the
yeah,
thing
but-
on
but
so
Captain-
that at sublight speeds they find out in 3 months that
Maybe.
Yeah.
Captain, you're
This
telling
is why
me
no one survives the Freeb, because this button sucks.
it's the free button. You're supposed to push it before you meet.
Big red button.
So yeah. So she's telling you to hit the button.
Who's it close to?
It would probably be Arturus, since it's kind
Cog
of
gets to have no fun.
I don't see color.
Hey, Arcturus, could you hit the big circle thing next to you? And I point out which one it is.
I'm not circular.
It looks like this, and I
Oh.
quickly sketch what the button looks like on my
Got it.
tablet.
No, you make your chair look like it.
Yeah,
Got
I was
it,
like,
yeah.
it looks like this. Fuck. And I sit down on the button, and then it presses.
Okay.
But it's not a button that connects to anything. It's just a
Sure.
button.
Yeah.
Yeah, button's been pressed.
Gotcha. So when that happens, you notice that the ship almost vibrates a little bit. And you can see from the view screen, there's like this little emanation of light coming off of the ship a little bit as the Freeb are flying towards you quite quickly.
Oh, yeah, they're coming.
Oh, Lord, they're coming.
So I'm going to say they can't get to you their turn. It'll take at least another turn for them to get to you. So now it's your turn. Again, you can't do anything as far as I know. So you can move to the escape pods if you want,
I thought you knew everything.
or you can wait.
Well, I'm moving toward the escape pods.
Can we try to reroute power to the beep boop something?
Well, no, Voice and Head told us we
It
can't do
hasn't-
anything.
It hasn't come to us
From
yet,
the bridge,
I guess.
can't communicate with anybody.
Hold on.
I'm going to see if the engineering team is
So,
smart enough to try
with,
and fix it.
With my engineering
Uh-huh.
roll
Sure.
of a 14,
Sure.
can I get the lift working to go down to engineering?
With a 14, you think you might be able to jerry-rig something together using either Jaeger or McCluskey as a power source.
Whom?
McCluskey?
Whom?
Or sorry,
Mac.
McClackey?
McClunky?
Mac.
Clunky.
Mac 1.
McCluskey.
Cassie.
Luckily for everyone,
Mac.
I have 3 bottles of vodka in my compartments. So if you want to use my power cells, I will chug. Like a Scud missile.
Todd, we kind of need you for weapons. And
We have no power.
Cassie, we kind of well, we're gonna get power back, but what don't we need?
Life support.
I mean, he is a son. Actually, you know what?
No, I already said I'm gone.
You might be able to use Arturus, too, since
How
he is
did you
like
go-
a
the lifts
moving
are shut
sun.
down.
I said I was heading towards
Hi,
the
you're
escape
standing in
pods.
front of me as I'm trying to fix the
There's ladders.
lift.
Hold on, he is like pure energy, right?
He's like a little walking crystal sun.
Couldn't we just
Yeah, can we
use
plug him into the...
and plug him in?
He's not that
Is there a
powerful. of an
USB
energy source.
input on his suit?
Yeah,
that we
it's
can-
called the engine core. You could throw him into it. see
Yeah,
what
go
happens.
ahead, take a look.
I mean, it's a
right here.
ways
I
away.
wouldn't do that.
Unzip it.
don't
Yeah.
Is that
don't look in
it?
the suit.
I
There's
told
a-
you
there's a
modesty
port.
is not
Is that
existent
it?
in the future.
I've seen bigger ports on bigger
You
consoles.
call that a port?
So, are you guys just making your way down the elevator, or not the turbo lift shaft, like via the
Yeah,
ladder?
I'm just going down. But
But
I'm gonna speed drop.
Okay. The captain requests that McClunky and at least Jaeger stay on the bridge, so that way,
Todd.
if power comes back,
His name is Todd.
sorry, Todd. If Todd, I need you both here. If the power comes back, we need to move and shoot. So I need you guys to stay put and not follow them down the ladder.
Before I leave, I'm gonna turn to Arcturus and be like, "Hey, man, I got this. Can you just stay on the bridge and also handle my job?"
Yeah, I could probably do that.
All right, I give him permissions for my console
Okay,
from
Yes.
my
I
tablet.
do it for
Sure.
a toddy snack.
that's fine.
And
That's
then-
good for a Todd. All right, so you're just going down the ladder.
Yeah,
All right,
full
So you-
speed athletics.
sure.
A 10.
You're going down at perfectly average speed,
You're right.
just one rung at a time. Just definitely not as fast as Perkins when he slid down that chute.
Nothing wrong
I
with
don't have that extra grease.
You do not. So I'm going to say that'll be the end of your turn. The Freeb are about to get there again. All of a sudden, you see this beam of light shooting from just off to the side as it hits your ship. And all the lights on the ship just go and full power comes back. The shields are still not up,
Oh, yeah.
but full power is back.
Full power to
Fucking
shields.
punch it, right?
Well, the engines aren't on, but I mean, power's back on the ship at least, so it
That's
functions.
That's where
Yeah, I mean, we
going.
still have that, like...
Todd, fire the lasers!
Yes, Captain. Death to your enemies. You are the
Our
greatest
enemies.
warlord.
Well, it's the first
13.
smart thing she's ever said on this ship.
Wow.
Well, she was trying to let everyone else work out the problems and not give us leadership.
Like normal leaders.
She's a
Yeah, exactly.
hands-off captain.
Exactly like a captain.
Camp
Yeah.
captain.
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 That's why it got her to 40 to get her first command.
How are we supposed to learn if we don't fail first?
It's true.
It's true.
What'd you get, Todd?
But I think we
I
failed
said a
enough.
13.
13's good enough.
All right. 11 and 8 is 19, plus my 5 is 24.
All right, so you fire off a couple of last-second, Hail Mary shots, and they hit the Freeb, and the last of them explode. There's just a little bit of space debris floating around.
That's the T-O-double-D. Bump, 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 bump.
Just good flying on my part, really.
Sure. So there is no more threat of the Freeb. Your ship is currently stuck until they repair the engines.
That's where I'm going. As soon as I get to the engines, I relieve John Roberts of duty.
Of his
By
life.
kicking him
Hey,
out the...
I did my best.
Hey, man, you did your best.
I did
it
my
just
best.
turns out that your best sucks. So we're going to be transferring you to another department.
Okay.
And you know what? Go ahead and report to Commander Todd.
Okay, sure. He'll follow you. Well, no. So, Todd, you get a call into the your comm, basically. It's like, Commander Todd, I've been
Yes, this is Todd.
under your duty. What would you like me to do? This is Officer John Roberts.
Officer John Roberts, you will now respond only to the name pledge.
Okay.
And I'm going to need you to report to my quarters and begin chugging beers until I return.
Oh, okay. Alcoholic beers?
Are there any other kinds?
No, there's definitely non-alcoholic beers. There's root beers. There's birch beers.
Yeah, but that's like drinking
The fact that
decaf
you're
coffee.
asking that question leads me to believe that I have little hope in your survival as
Todd,
a species.
1 second. I think I got this one. Computer,
Yes.
please remove Ensign John Roberts' permissions for non-alcoholic beverage consumption. Thank you.
Admissions removed.
Thank you.
Or
I
permissions
like the
removed.
cut of your jib.
And he's just his shoulders just slump over, and he just slowly makes his way towards the turbo lift.
My dad was an alcoholic. I always knew that I'd be one, too.
I fought
Damn
it.
it.
I've never touched this stuff before today.
But for 10 years, you will be the life of the party. Before your life spirals out of control.
Before that life fizzles
Sure.
into sadness.
So are you just
I-
returning to the bridge then?
Oh no, I'm gonna stay down there and assist them in repairing
Okay.
the engines.
Just
Just to make sure at this point that they know what the fuck
sure.
they're doing.
Roll mechanical engineering or
Yes.
leadership, your choice.
I thought I was the light of the party.
21.
Kill yourself.
21. All right.
For mechanical engineering.
Sure.
I actually got my hands dirty this time.
So instead of the 2 hours I initially gave you guys to fix the ship, it ends up only taking about 45 minutes.
Whoa.
The warp drive is back online
Hell
and
yeah.
able to be used. The engines should now work
I hit it
perfectly
right
fine. Apparently, the problem was a faulty tube. It's just
Told
a
them
faulty
to
tube.
replace these tubes.
Well, it was a new tube. It was just a faulty one. It was bad. There's a lot of fuzz and feedback on it. It was a bad time.
Now you
Those
got
A fuzzy
Goddamn-
It
tube?
was a fuzzy tube.
Goddamn faulty tube.
Supposed to be a hard tube. They put in a fuzzy tube.
What is the tube made of?
It's made of like this
Hair.
polysynthetic mix between metal and glass. It's
Okay.
it's
I
a
thought you were going to say
new
flesh.
Plexiglass.
no, it's a
Fleshy
new material that's been designed.
Fleshy glass.
Sorry, it's a new material that's been designed in the last 300 years.
Felt.
I am going to take that tube. Well, how big is it?
Oh, the tube itself is only about 6 inches.
How
Is that
wide
it?
is it?
About a paper towel tube. So
I'm going to take
2
it
inches wide.
and I will be turning this
a little bendy.
into a bong.
Okay, it's a little cracked, so
I can repair it.
Every bong is a little cracked.
It's fine.
Especially if it's a crack
It
bong.
doesn't really have to be airtight. Like it.
I don't
I'm
know how
not
bongs work.
smoking weed in space.
Space weed.
I don't know.
Completely legal.
Okay,
No, he's smoking spice.
sure,
Engine tube?
sure. We'll call it engine tube
Engine
bong.
tube.
I haven't done it yet.
Sure.
This is going to be something I'm going to work on.
Sure. Yeah, personal project. All right. So the captain says, "All right, McClunky, whenever you're ready, just hit the warp drive."
I've been ready, baby.
Oh, okay.
That was a 19.
So you hit the button and the ship takes off again. And
Captain.
you're just flying through that just tunnel through space again, similar to last time. It seems like you're actually going faster than before. For some reason, Todd's throwing up. Everything's fine on the ship. He's actually
This gives Todd
he's actually
anxiety.
moving around as if he was actually moving through this tunnel, but everyone else is just standing there
Just a
normally.
bunch of nuts and bolts coming out.
Todd is gyroscopically stable.
Yeah.
So he's moving all the ways that the ship is, but everybody else is fine.
And then after
Captain.
about 5-10 minutes, Captain says, drop out of warp.
I drop out.
And then you're
high school?
dropped out.
Drop out, tune in.
And there in front of you is the planet Nabia 3.
Oh, it's very...
It's
Captain,
pink and purplish. Looks like a jungle planet almost, but pink.
for the
and purple.
Fleftonians.
For the Flefs.
Captain.
Yes? Todd?
Permission requested to go to quarters.
I mean, we just arrived on planet Todd.
I fear for John Roberts' life.
Okay, sure. Go check on John Roberts. We'll wait a bit.
Todd signing out.
Okay.
I go to my quarters.
All right. So the captain then puts an announcement. All commanding officers, please report to my quarters for briefing. So that'll be you guys. Basically,
Why
just
are we
you
going
guys.
to her quarters and not the briefing room?
I mean, the captain's
Privacy?
quarters are right
She's
behind
an
the bridge.
intimate captain.
Hey, really hands-on.
That's right. She's just in a negligee.
I am preparing for the worst and pop both a Viagra and an anti-anxiety pill.
I don't even know how that works.
Well, you take
Does
him
his
and then
dick
you...
just shoot off like
I'm
a
rock
rocket?
soft.
No,
He's not eating gluten for shit's
it's future
sakes.
Viagra, where like if I need to, I can get it up forever. But if I don't,
Sure.
Cut it off.
Then you're anxious about
I
it?
skip the. I just take an anti-anxiety.
I also like to eat Viagra and chug booze.
I give him one.
It's a normal Tuesday night.
Open your port.
Yep,
Sure.
yep.
Your aluminum
You're
Hydraulic
antenna
pump.
shoots out.
Well, it doesn't, because I've got space pants on.
It poofs out a little bit.
It
Just
poops.
a little poofs out.
He's
Just
got
poofs out a
tight
little bit.
space pants.
Yeah.
So tight. Like, you know.
It's a subtle poof.
what's it?
But it's there.
Space flight suit.
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
A splite suit.
Splite suit.
So yeah. So
I'm like
whenever,
Robert Plant.
You know what? Before we get to that, Todd, when you go to your quarters, John
Yes.
Roberts is passed out on the floor.
He hung himself.
There's like 4 beers next to him.
Yeah. There's 3 beers.
Oh, wow.
One of them's not even all the way through yet. There's also a puddle of vomit next to him, and he's just laying there looking as if he drank about 30 beers.
Ensign Roberts, we have a lot of work to do.
Sure. What do you want to
Captain.
do with it?
Comes,
Yes.
as the only surviving vessel to ever battle the Freeb, should we not send our battle report to Starfleet Command?
Sure. Oh, I've already sent it.
Coalition command.
Has she?
Coalition Command. Yeah, she already sent it.
John Roberts.
Did she?
When everything settled down, she went to her quarters waiting for you guys to show up. Yeah, she just filed a report and bloop, sent it on its way.
What, in the last 2 minutes?
Yeah.
John Roberts.
I'm saying more than 2 minutes has passed. Yeah.
I go to her quarters.
I kick him.
All right, we're there.
You're there. He's not.
All right.
He's with John Roberts. Oh, don't kick me, Daddy.
I kicked him.
Don't kick me, Daddy. Please, Daddy.
I got an 11 to
I'm a
kick.
good boy. I'm big like you. I drink big boy booze.
What did I say your name was?
Yes. Pledge?
Very good. Pledge.
Yeah?
Do shots with me.
Oh, God. All right.
They both take out their lasers.
Puts the gun in his mouth.
Shot for shot.
What? His name is Pledge? Are you going to make him clean?
Pine shots.
Throw your dice.
Replicator.
Pine shots.
Pine shots, please.
Then there's a shot of looks like pine sol, but it's definitely
Someone
something
make Dennis do a
drinkable.
shot with me as an NPC.
Shot of what? Water?
Bleach.
He downs the shots with no issues whatsoever. Totally fine.
Shots.
You are
Shots.
taking your first step into a much larger world.
Shots.
Oh,
Shots.
thanks.
Shots. 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 Shots.
Shots.
Everybody. I will now paddle him with my paddle.
Strength?
Crit
Hey,
20.
Todd.
20.
I've got a question for you.
Yes?
Do you use Greek letters like a fraternity would? Like on your paddle? Is it like Tau Omega Delta
Tau
Delta?
Omega Delta Delta. Correct.
Or is it Tau Omicron Delta Delta?
I thought, it was,
Omega.
I thought it was Rho Omicron Beta.
Ending stream now.
Again.
And Botched is canceled.
You smack him on the ass super hard, and He is not
Into it.
he's
Feeling
not-
the spirit of brotherhood.
He's definitely feeling it. His skin's bleeding a little bit. Looks like the letters tore the flesh a bit. He's crying. He's trying to hold it in, though. He's trying his best to be a big boy.
You
But
will now do another shot with me,
all right. I'll do
and
sorry.
then we will be friends.
Just to clarify, everyone's in the captain's
Except for
quarters
Todd.
Except
Yeah.
for
Has
Yeah.
the meeting started yet, or are we waiting?
waiting
for
on Todd. Yeah. So he clanks that shot. The moment the shot goes in his mouth and he brings the shot glass back down, he just projectile vomits all over the floor.
Attaboy.
While we wait for Todd, I go to the replicator and I print out a set of,
Chairs.
I was gonna say Munchkin cards,
Okay.
and then everyone that's in the captain's quarters, we're all just playing, waiting for Todd.
Sure. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
playing Munchkin. Why not?
Yeah. It's an old Earth game, ancient. Yeah. No one really knows where it came from, but
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah,
with old
no, this is the first time I've ever played this game.
Pledge.
We've been sitting here waiting for an hour and a half for Todd to get here.
I'm gonna flip him on his side
Uh-huh.
and come to the meeting. It'll be
Okay.
fine.
So he's just laying in a puddle on his side. You
I'm
come-
proud of you, Ensign Roberts. You have survived hazing of the first degree.
Part one.
Tomorrow,
The first
we'll begin
day.
hazing of the second degree.
dawn of the second day.
Elephant walk through the ship.
He's just kind
One
of
man elephant walk.
gurgling.
Grab your own dick from behind.
Is that an elephant walk?
A traditional elephant walk is a bunch of naked guys in a row, and
Dude, I
you
don't
grab
know.
the dick in front of you, and you walk down the street.
This
All
is a
right.
thing?
Computer, restrain pledge and make him not throw up to death.
So all of a sudden,
Saline drip initiated.
energy straps just kind of emerge from the ground and just strap him down.
Do I get an alert on my phone or tablet that there's like the computer doing something medical related? Because I'm the chief
It's not
medical
even
officer.
medical. He just strapped him down.
I mean, he said keep him alive.
Restraints
Well,
are not.
if he needs to keep him alive,
That's
I
fair,
guess you
that's fair.
would. But for right
I
now,
don't want to
he's
be
not.
hungover. Give him
Well,
a saline.
I mean, the
drip.
reason I was asking is
Sure.
that I was going to see that it was John Roberts and then mute the
No.
notification. It's just I
Denied.
don't care.
Denied. Sure.
Well, he is being monitored. So.
He is being monitored. So Todd will eventually show up to the briefing, and the captain is like, "All right, so we have to make the decision: are we shuttling down or are we beaming down?"
Shuttling.
Yes.
Damn it. This has to be. We can't do both.
I don't know why you're asking us.
You're the captain.
You're the away team.
You're the
You're the captain.
You make decisions.
Hold up. Who's XO?
XO.
Who's second in
XO.
command?
Who's Riker?
Executive
Who's
officer.
number one?
Oh,
Who's first officer?
We'll put it with
Will Robinson.
Arturus. You're second.
Ah, fuck.
Hey XO, what are we doing? Todd doesn't like the concept of transporting or beaming.
It will destroy me.
Well, you know, so
Mac wants to fly the shuttle really badly, and I don't care.
I believe in Mac.
So Todd's going to take the shuttle down by himself, and then the rest of us are going to beam down there. We'll meet up, and then if shit hits the fan, either we'll beam up or take the shuttle. You know, depending on what the situation is.
Are we all gonna? Is he gonna land where our transportation destination is,
Well,
or
let-
do we want to have
Teleportators.
a?
Let me go with Todd because he's been drinking, and
He's always been drinking.
well, that's the thing. He doesn't know how to fly well.
Well,
Ursula
You
is
know,
like,
scares me.
That's fair.
well, I mean, this race might not be ready for a shuttlecraft or us to just appear in front of them. So maybe it's better.
But you
if
put this in charge of the first officer.
That's true.
Maybe it's better if we arrive just outside.
Maybe
of
it's
the village.
Maybelline. All right,
Maybe
let's
Can we
go.
cloak the shuttle?
Are there any
No,
very
doesn't have
cool?
cloak.
I can
throw
make
cloth
it cloak.
over the
I
shuttle?
can cloak the shuttle.
hey, hold on.
It'll
Got-
burn up in
quick
the
question.
atmosphere.
Arcturus, could you do a quick scan of the planet to find super dope waterfall caves? One big enough for the shuttle.
Are you trying to set up a bat cave?
I'm trying to set up a future interaction where we lead Flef to meet us, and then the shuttle comes out of the waterfall. It's like, and I'm like, oh my god.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I love the classical film Batman.
I mean, Arcturus, if you, I can look for it too if you don't want to.
So I mean, I'd rather put Mac in charge of that because He's the pilot.
I mean, all right, yeah, Mac, go for it. I just want it to happen.
Yeah, I can make that happen.
Guys, I joined
Mac,
the
fly me.
Coalition of Planets because I was bored, and I do everything to entertain myself.
Okay. So as you guys are discussing, you see a light start to flash to indicate that return to the bridge. There's an important message coming in.
I'm sure it's nothing, right,
Captain, what should we do?
Return to the bridge.
Oh,
Aye, aye, Captain.
Return to the bridge.
Can we not
There you
take the
go.
message in here?
Captain, I'm worried about your hormone replacement therapy.
I mean, I guess we could.
Wait, is it from?
It's from
Oh, your good joke got stopped. Sorry, T.
it's from Coalition Command.
We should probably look better than playing Munchkin with a
That's-
drunken.
Yeah. I didn't want him to be. I didn't want him
Yeah.
to be in here.
Yeah, and you should probably change out your negligee. We'll meet you on the bridge. Let's go.
Okay.
That was highly unprofessional.
Hey, I think
I
the
like
captain's teddy looks fantastic.
Apparently, no one uses that word anymore.
Teddy?
Teddy?
Nobody uses it.
It's not a word. It's a style of clothing.
I know. I said that.
What do they think it is?
I've never heard of it.
A slip?
A slip, a night-dress, a moo-moo?
Nightgown?
Slipper
Because
nighty. or
all of
something
those
like that.
things are
A
different.
tube of silk with
I
straps.
said Teddy, and they're like, no one says that word anymore.
Yeah, what are you, 50?
This was in 2008.
What, have
you're
you
a
ever
boomer.
Until
ordered
recently.
lingerie?
That. To be fair, Dennis, I have never shopped actively for lingerie
For
No.
your
Yeah.
mother.
No, me.
for anybody except myself, and they don't sell teddies in my size.
I just want my mom to feel as sexy as possible.
Yeah. For the
They
horse.
sexy as I
absolutely
do.
sell teddies in your size.
She's got to show off to the horse.
Now that my mom is single again and on her own.
You want her to. You really want her to do well.
Yeah.
You're
Mom,
like, you
let
know
me-
what, Mom? I know
Let me-
you're grieving, but you know
Gotta
what
get
you
that
need?
dick.
Let me see.
You
No,
need-
no, that one don't
Not
work for
sexy
you, Mom.
enough. We can
You don't
make
have enough
sexy.
makeup
Not
on,
just
mother.
like this,
The guys really
like-
love it when you slob it on.
Like it's a nice, meaty. It's got girth.
You need to show a little more skin, Mom.
Yeah.
There's weight to it.
Look into this makeup gun.
You need to attract that big dick energy.
Just like that.
It's just a Colt 45.
You look so much better.
I'll finally be alone. Son, I died 15 years ago.
Oh, shit.
Anyways. So yeah, so you guys go out to the main bridge, and Captain's like, tourist, bring it on the main bridge, please, or main viewer, please.
Yep. Beep,
Beep
boop.
boop.
All right. So it is, it's Admiral Latvey, and he's like, I am looking for a status report of the mission so far. Have you made contact? No, we were actually just about to initiate by sending a shuttlecraft and by beaming simultaneously.
Captain, 1 second, not to be rude, but
Fuck you.
Come on, rude boy.
are you not going to talk about the part where we survived the Freeb
Yeah,
for the first time in Coalition history?
Todd deserves a
I don't think it was
medal.
history. We just, they don't normally survive.
You
Yeah,
said
you know,
no one has
Captain, I
ever
don't-
survived.
But
I
hold
don't-
on.
I don't think you had enough
Did
time
I?
to actually send a report, so.
On
I
their,
totally said it.
on their first voyage, has anyone ever survived a Freeb attack?
No,
High
no
score.
one's ever survived a Freeb attack. That is impressive.
It's all about the flying.
Also, I walk around the bridge offering
How'd you do
high
it?
fives. High five.
It's because Todd
High
is a
five.
gun natural.
High five, Captain. Yep. All right.
Everyone roll me a perception check.
Yeah, so, Admiral, did you get that status report that the captain sent?
Well, I'm high fiving. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
you're not
listening
paying.
to-
16.
Okay,
10.
10.
15.
So, McClunky and Arturus, you notice on the view screen, behind the Admiral, you could see out in space, you see this, like, light that's getting brighter and brighter, and then all of a sudden the red lights on the station start flashing, and they're like, oh, what is that? The light zooms past where basically the window is for the Admiral, and everyone starts screaming, and then all of a sudden there's a large flash.
Yeah, no, that's probably not good.
Yeah. Around the
Am I the
same
captain
time, a ship zoom, comes out of nowhere and just is now in your general airspace. This ship is about 10 times larger than your ship. Roll me an intelligence or a history check.
Critical
15
fail.
for Todd.
So what now? Todd?
15
for Todd.
It'll be a 19
I got a
for
20.
Arcturus.
All right. So Todd's pretty sure that this sounds like one of those boogeyman ships. Arcturus and Jorn, you are pretty sure this is one
Commander
of the...
Dr.
Mr. Commander Dr. Jorn, pretty sure that this is one of the fabled ship of the...
La Tenebra.
Tenebra. Yeah. La
Le
Tenebra.
Le Tenebra.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Huge.
Piloted by Commander Crud.
The overall shape of it's
Commander Crud.
like a dark gray color to it. You see numerous laser cannons of a design you've never seen before all over this fucking thing. It is huge. You'd have to guess that it probably also has an accompaniment of fighters just based on its size. Probably.
What about barbarians? Or just fighters?
Just fighters and clerics.
What about
A
Rangers?
lot, and a lot of bards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I want to be.
Commander
Buckload
Crud.
of bards. We try and do anything, vicious mockery.
Yeah. Yeah. They're just a bunch of hipster bards.
So you notice that drop in. So the klaxons start going off again. Red lights flashing. Your ship starts to shake a bit. To which the viewport spins.
Oh, we're in tractors.
No, it spins towards the direction of where the coalition was located. And this beam of strange light is just sort of making its way towards your ship. It hits your ship at light speed. And all of your systems just start going on the fritz. The computer systems start to explode. The shields immediately go out. The engine explodes.
I was gonna say I hit warp.
Todd sobers up.
So
Like I just fucking turn it on like automatic escape mode. Like
okay.
run away.
So you hit the warp button. Well, you don't have the warp button. He has the warp button.
I do.
But I have control of engines.
True.
So I'm not
Yeah,
piloting.
he's charged for
Engine
warp.
go!
I'm just hitting it.
Sure.
Saying go.
You hit the go button, at which point, McClunky, you have a button that shows up say, yes to warp?
I crit 20
Engine go.
to go, yeah?
We
Okay.
hit it at the same time.
Yeah.
You hit it. All right. So your ship does this strange thing where it starts to go through the wormhole, but you also notice that the ship is also ripping apart and stretching and falling off as it's going through this wormhole.
Now play that graphic.
I don't have that graphic. And then after only a few moments, like, it just immediately comes out of warp and just shit's going off all over the place. And the captain's like, abandon ship! Abandon ship!
Separate the
Bandit
saucer.
Captain.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Abandon ship! It's exploding!
Separate? Is it?
The whole ship is like, everything's going off. Like, you can like, your consoles are starting to explode. There's fire on the bridge. It's chaos.
I calmly turn my changing chair back into a cloud.
Sure.
Where then I command it to enter my pocket,
Sure.
and then I calmly take like 6 anti-anxiety pills
Mm-hmm.
and walk to the emergency escape pods.
I sprint.
Sprint. Got
Yeah,
it.
with athletics.
So they put more than enough escape pods on the ship for everybody to get off, but most of the crew is dying to holes in the hull, being sucked out. The ship is trying to lock shit down as fast as, problems are happening. There is not much time before the ship explodes. I need
John
you all to roll
Roberts.
me an athletics check. John Roberts is fucked. He is tied
No.
down in your room. Are you trying
Mac?
to get him?
Mac,
What?
you will bring a shuttle to my room. I am sprinting to my room.
Persuasion, dumb dick. What? Got a 21 for my athletics.
Okay.
Roll a persuasion on me, bitch.
One, how is he supposed to bring a shuttle to your room?
What that means?
Like the
outside? the room?
Outside of the room. I will save him.
Yeah, okay, technically Ensign John Roberts, if he's human, can survive in the vacuum of space
For 6 to 9 seconds.
Yeah, but you're still gonna...
No, it's much longer than that.
Would you roll a T?
If he's prepared, but he's unconscious.
Yeah.
15.
18. Go fuck yourself and your pledge.
So if you're awake and conscious, you get about 30 seconds.
I mean, I could certainly do it if I wanted to, but
No.
I'm not going to.
Wait, are you going to an escape pod or a shuttle?
Escape shuttle.
An escape shuttle.
Escape pods are closer than the shuttle.
Escape
Shuttles
pod.
are in the back of the ship.
Escape pod.
Escape pod.
We should make it to a shuttle as robots who don't have to breathe in space.
Yeah, but I still have to
The
live as
explosions are still a
explosions
thing.
happening.
I can breathe explosions.
Hey, Mac, you can't pilot an escape pod.
I can interface with the computer inside there. And
Does it have
That's
engines?
true, we can.
It has rough engines, so yeah,
Some
you get
Like
Okay.
maneuvering thrusters?
Yeah, maneuvering
if it
thrusters
has
and
if it
shit
has a
like that, yeah.
system, I can interface with it.
It's not like you could just fly it
Doctor?
around space willy nilly.
Fucking
It's
doctor!
a finite
Don't tell me how to do my
amount of
job, doctor.
No, I'm trying to tell you how to do your job better by we both get into a shuttle.
Yeah,
And
but
now we have space.
how far away? Okay,
capabilities.
well, how far away is the shuttle?
fuel. The shuttle's in the back of the ship.
That's not what I asked. How far away is the shuttle?
So
How many move actions?
How many
is the
rounds of
shuttle?
movement?
So it'll be the same. It'll be one extra move, but the chance. So because you're not running the whole way down that ship. You're
Yeah, we're taking the tube, bro.
Taking the tube.
And I can turn off our safety precautions so that'll just yeet us right towards it. It's
Wait,
fine.
yeah. The problem is the distance will then allow for more bad things to possibly happen
So
to
what if
you
we're
in the tube.
mid-tube and an explosion happens and the tube is cut off?
Bye.
Look.
It's the second episode, and
Yeah,
we
he
want
won't
to
kill us in the
survive
second
on the
episode.
planet.
You're not near the planet. You warped away. You're in the middle of nowhere.
We'll be fine.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into one of the escape pods. If
Got it.
one of you guys gets into a shuttle, that'd be fine.
I'm
that'd be nice
very
and keen.
calm trying to convince Mac to go to a shuttle.
Captain went to an escape pod.
I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna try and take my escape pod and hit her escape pod and knock it off course, maybe kill her.
Okay.
Would I be able to use my evasive maneuvers to help me survive with Dr. Pyre all the way down to the shuttle?
Yeah, interface with the tube.
Evasive maneuvers are for the ship.
I know what they're for. I'm
The
trying
tube
to
can't
find a
go
fucking-
anywhere, but the
trying to find a
tube-
loophole.
No.
Well, if you instruct the Todd where to do his body weight kick, we could possibly jostle the tube to get around explosions.
You could try your luck. It's just there's a chance something bad will
I'm
happen.
going to the escape pod.
Todd's feeling lucky.
How about you? How about you? Oh wait, Todd, are you going escape pod or shuttle?
Todd is going with his friend Joran.
So you guys are going shuttle?
I think we want the I want the shuttle.
I'll take
Okay.
shuttle. I'm going shuttle.
You're going shuttle.
I'm going shuttle.
When we get to the lift, is there anyone else in it other than us three?
There's like 3 other people in it.
That's fine. I interface with a engineering check with the lift itself to lower safety precautions of speed, so that
Okay.
we're gonna face some G-forces and it's gonna hurt.
Okay.
We're gonna get there
You.
faster.
High or low?
Do I not get to roll?
No, you do. You do your interface
Okay.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm saying these are for bad things to happen. High or low?
Tristan, you make the choice.
High or low, Tristan?
Low.
Todd, your tactical officer, make tactics.
Low.
So the little pod or tube that you're in is rattling around, it's scraping, you're getting lots of reverberations. Nothing bad's happening so far. You're almost there. High or low?
Low.
Still shaking around. You can see on the viewer, he's just pumping up the speed. One more, and you're there to the shuttle. High or low?
Todd, make the tactical choice.
Low.
So it's going, and then all of a sudden, and it starts to break apart a little bit, and it just juts to a stop. I need all of you to do deck saves.
Okay. 18.
You're fine.
No one ever gets this dice again. This dice is very nice.
Oh wow. Okay. One of the other guys on there botched and got 100, so he turned into a pancake. He just
What
flew
was he
into the opposite
before
wall.
he was a pancake? What was he?
Pangolin.
That one was a flurn.
A pangolin pancake.
He was the probability drive kicked in and he turned into a pancake.
Turned into a pangolin
Yeah.
cake.
So super dead. The other one just kind of injured, broke a leg or something. That's about it.
23.
You're fine. Todd?
Todd?
10.
Maybe he's the one that created the pancake.
Yeah. You land right after the flurn. You're gonna take
He lands on top of the flurn.
5 damage,
5 flurn damage.
That's fine.
Ouch.
and one of your right leg is a little. Actually, you know what?
There's a little John
Your
Roberts.
left foot is a little busted.
Whatever. Let's go.
You can still run on it, but if
Todd
you
feels no pain.
do an assessment of where you are.
Yeah.
Because you can literally have it on the screens as you're running through the hallways where
Okay.
you are.
I've got my tablet open. Where are we?
You are right below the shuttle bay area.
I'm sorry, your towelette, like any space person would have.
Yeah.
So you can open a hatch and climb a ladder.
And look, you're already stoned, so you don't panic.
Oh, and I'm full of anti-anxiety
Sure.
medication.
Sure, yeah. So yeah, you can climb a ladder and just take a shuttle out.
Yeah, I do.
Athletics. As the ship is continuously exploding, you can hear the parts of the ship ripping off and
19.
like vacuum of space sucking shit out.
I got a 15.
Fine.
19.
Fine. Todd, you get a -2 to your roll.
14.
You're lagging behind a little bit, but you're okay.
I didn't get a 15. Yeah, you're right.
You're right. I didn't say you failed. I
What
said
about
you're lagging behind a little
And the
bit.
other two?
Well, the one was dead. Or did I say there was 3?
There were
of them?
3.
3.
Of course, the woman died because
One had a broken leg.
The Flern died.
Yeah.
And we don't know.
Flares don't have gender.
I don't think we know how the gender works.
No. There's a female Pequar. She broke her leg, so she's
What's a
just
Pequar?
hobbling behind.
Todd, you and the Pequar help each other.
And there's he's lagging way behind.
Well, then I'll help the Pequar.
Okay. And then there's a American
Not help.
American
No,
female,
No.
and she's doing just fine.
I am not helping.
She propels herself with guns.
Yeah.
she just shoots
with
down.
semi-automatics.
Yeah. If you take the time to help the Pequar, bad things could happen.
I'm just going.
Okay, you're just going.
Yeah.
You get up to the shuttle area.
I get into the cockpit.
Bad things
There's
could
one
happen,
shuttle left.
But
the other
Todd's...
one's crushed.
Yep.
All right, so bad things could happen, but
Okay.
Todd is behind us, and I'm not leaving Todd behind. So I'm going to help with the Pequar as well.
All right.
All right.
High or
No,
low,
Todd's
Todd?
left behind.
Low.
All right. You hear explosions very, very close, but nothing exactly where you guys are located.
Do you want me to do
Okay.
an athletics?
Nope. You
roll
guys can just get to the shuttle
We're
bay.
just in there?
Todd.
Okay.
And McClunky has already got the ship up and running.
Yep.
So
Everything's on.
doors
systems
open.
on. As soon as they get on, the door's going to close,
Sure.
and we're going to GTFO.
All right. Roll me a piloting to get out of there as fast as humanly possible.
My assist
As
him?
robotically
You don't
possible.
need to, because I rolled a 25.
You're goddamn right I don't.
You give it that extra little pizzazz, and it just zoom, out the back of the ship as more explosions go off, and there's like the engine sort of cracks off the back of the ship, and when it does that, there's this sort of wave of light that goes out, and it's very blinding and just sends everything shooting in all kinds of different directions.
Blinding.
Your shuttle, the lights start to flicker on the shuttle. I need you all to do con saves.
I'm a robot.
Sorry, Deuce.
You need to do a con save for a different reason.
Straight 17.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
There's this symbol on the die that's just like one line going downwards.
Oh, are you sure there's not two of them?
No, there's just one by itself.
So you
You get reset to factory default.
you sort of didn't strap
Row.
yourself in
Row.
well enough, and you bonk your head into the top of the shuttle, and you're knocked unconscious.
You walked into a light bulb.
But the shuttle is completely powerless and just starts to slowly just move through space. Every once in a while, you can see the ship. It's just like bits and pieces of a carcass. It doesn't like blow up entirely, but it's in little shattery pieces and all kinds of stuff like that. Just the ball is kind of there halfway. The wings are off a little bit. Engine's gone.
Oh, but can I see them from my escape pod?
He's in the pod.
No.
You probably
Get
wouldn't
fucked.
know which pod. or
If
which
you were
shuttle.
trying to knock off the captain, roll a piloting check.
I'd be trying to hook up with the rest of the team that was
They're all
getting
just
in a
flying in different
craft.
directions, yeah.
We
You
would
can't just
probably-
Tinder swipe while
Wait.
you're in the pod, bro.
So
Nope.
you went
We
in the
would-
pod or escape pod, or you went on the shuttle?
You went in the pod.
I went in the pod.
Okay, yeah.
We would probably just look like.
You went in the
debris.
Todd, dude.
the Todd pod.
Is there like zero telemetry or any kind of systems?
There is a little bit of telemetry, and there's also base systems in terms of steering. It's not like a normal shuttlecraft or anything like that. So you can maneuver a bit, but also your ships will have a beacon in it to like figure out where everyone else is. So I'll say, since you left before everyone else, this is happening before the ship explodes. What are you doing?
Would a shuttle have a beacon as well?
Yeah.
Shuttle
If they activate
Tiderian.
Which I do always because I'm
Sure.
a fucking all-star pilot.
Yeah.
37th out of 37.
So
All
check,
stars.
check for beacons.
Okay. Yeah, there's a big button. It says beacon.
I hit the beacon check
The
button.
big red button.
Yeah.
Beacon.
So the little top of your escape pod basically is just flashing red. You can see the light outside the window a little bit as you're just rocketing in a straight direction currently.
During all the confusion and panic, we did not turn our beacon on.
Okay. So your ship's just floating out in
I
space.
specifically did not turn the beacon on.
It checks out.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are just floating in space.
Who all is
With the rest
in
of the
this
garbage.
shuttle with us? There's Todd. There's Mac. So 2 robots. We've got the Pequar
Yep. The Pequar and the Murican.
and the Murican.
And the pancake.
We brought
Nobody
it.
brought
No,
it.
we brought
No,
it.
it's like squished to Todd's front.
That's on you, man.
Stuck in
That's
your
not
gear.
considered
Exactly.
Your clothing.
Okay.
Are there
Plus
EV
1 to
suits in
AC.
this?
There are 4 spacesuits.
Okay. I'm gonna put one on the Murican, and the Pequar will put one on, so we don't
Okay.
have to turn on any systems.
Okay.
It might be a good idea for us to stay dark while that ship is still here.
That ship's not. Remember, you guys warped away from it.
But they
It's not-
might
It
come
didn't
and
come back yet.
search the debris.
So it's not there right this second.
In case it
found
shows up.
us.
Is it-
It's gonna
Sure.
come after us.
Is
I
it going to
don't
be
think-
able to track us through warp? I mean,
assume
It's not Star
warp-
Wars Last Jedi.
I was going to say
We're trying-
it's
we're trying to
very-
take- We're trying to take a
Also,
lesson
Star
from the
Wars
Mighty
Last
Possum.
Jedi is like, oh god, we can't track them, even though they went specifically that direction. What could be there? Just go there. Just go.
A sun, supernova,
Easily.
Just went-
bounce too close
So,
to a
yeah.
star.
So as your escape pods are flying through space and your shuttle is just drifting aimlessly, and the ship, the new experimental fancy ship that you were on, is just sort of breaking apart, exploding. There's bodies floating through space.
Could we know 2 things?
Yes.
Did John Roberts survive?
You're almost. You know what? You have your little medical thing because you were looking for updates.
I'm getting. I have all the. He's dead.
You know what? Let me double
Yeah.
check.
Roll for him and Perkins.
Okay. High or low for John Roberts? The one you want.
I'll
is
call
that
for my
he's
pledge,
Dead,
thank
I'm
you.
assuming.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you know what? No, don't tell me. I roll high.
Okay.
And also, don't tell me.
But you want your answer to be dead.
Just for John Roberts, because I look at what his is,
Sure.
and before it gives me the answer, I delete him
Okay.
so that it doesn't tell me.
So when you guess high or low, you want yours to mean death.
I want it to mean death,
Okay.
but I don't want to know the answer.
Okay. And for Perkins,
For Perkins, I want to know the answer.
high or low?
Low.
Perkins
I want him to survive.
is on an escape pod. Yes. He's only one of 2 in that escape pod because he's very fat. But
Our chunky boy survived.
he just slicked his way down there and boom. So as everything is just kind of going apart and is chaotic as usual here on Botched, that's what we're going to call it. So thanks so much for tuning in. Check us out in season 6. No, just kidding. Check us out next time.
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, and Twitch at Botched Podcast. Botched is recorded live every Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
Burbank,
on
California.
twitch.tv/BotchPodcast.
In North Korea.
This episode of Botch was brought to you by their Patreon producers. His Lord and Majesty, Big Jim, Zukari, He Who Is Steve, The Nuck, Big John, Chronic Ejaculation, Skinner, Chris Wisdom, Stiggy, Shanda Panda, Lousy Apples, Daniel H. and Sparkle Brony 69. If you want to support the show, please head on over to patreon.com/botchpodcast and support us there. Like our newest patron, Quake. Hey, Quake, thanks for upping your pledge.
Hey!
Happy you're in chat tonight. If you have a moment, and we know you do, head on over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review, like our newest 5-starer.
Riku 210, a hilarious adventure. This podcast is great for both newcomers and veterans of Dungeons and Dragons.
What did you think? It's a phone. What did you think was going to happen?
It would have a mod. How do I turn it on? And now,
The
great.
voice mod? I don't know. You just do it.
Thank you to Gozer for intro and outro music. More of them over at Gozer_music. Thank you to our bit commander, He Who Is Steve, for being the bit leader. We salute you.
We salute you, Steve.
And as always,
When everyone's panicking and when everything's going awry and you don't know what to do, call
weed.
Botched, and you'll die too.
We'll see you next week, nerds.
Beep boop.
Botched Podcast is proudly part of the Giant Size Team Up Network. For more shows like ours, head on over to www.giantsizeteamup.com.
And it's all your fault.
It's a long-running tradition on this show that when John does a recap, it's 20 minutes long, and I got to whittle it down to 30 seconds. Well, not even 30, like 15 to 20
That wasn't
seconds.
even 30
maybe.
seconds long.
Just
Good job, John.
Good job,
Whittle
John.
it to flesh-eating Furbies coming to get us.
That's right.
Bam.
Welcome back, listeners.
Flesh-eating Furbies coming to get us.